What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here. In this one, we go over Michigan climbing in the latest CFP rankings, plus this team chomping at the bit, urgency at an all-time high following their second bye week going into this Northwestern game. We also go over how much of a workload Jordan Marshall will get, plus some Michigan players speak on the matchup against Northwestern playing at Wrigley Field and why they feel that the best football is ahead of them and they are taking it one game at a time. They are in playoff mode right now. Also go over what Northwestern head coach David Braun had to say about Bryce Underwood and some key Michigan defensive players they'll have to watch. And we also go over Michigan basketball coming away with, albeit an ugly overtime win, but they come away with the win. We go over that. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so the Wolverines did climb up in the latest college football playoff rankings. The Wolverines climbed from number 21 to number 18 in this week's CFP rankings, and now they will be taking on Northwestern on the road at Wrigley Field, which was going to be a pretty cool sight to see. I know a lot of the players are excited, to play at Wrigley Field. Should be a lot of Michigan fans there as well. And right now, this team's energy level is at an all-time high. As Jordan Moore did say, that urgency is at an all-time high. They are chomping at the bit, as he said on Inside Michigan Football Radio Show. And the Wolverines trying to replicate what they did last season against Northwestern. They beat them 50-6. Jordan Moore said, I think we can, but only time will tell. And preparation is the key piece. Talking to the team, talking about when opportunity comes. It's too late to prepare, so we have to do everything we can today to go do it. But it feels like the guys are in a really good place. And it would be huge if the Wolverines could replicate what they did last season, beating Northwestern 50-6. It was obviously really the turning point, and they went on to beat Ohio State on the road. Hopefully they can do exactly that following their second bye week here. And the Wolverines trying to get the passing attack going. Bryce Underwood made some good reads against Purdue, but the accuracy wasn't there. Jordan Moore said, go back to the basics. Talk about your footwork, your eyes, your hips, where the ball is going to be, throwing on time, and all those things. He's so athletic, so talented, but let the creative plays come to you. Don't force anything and play within yourself. But he did say that, it's not just him, it's everybody else around him that's finishing blocks, finishing routes, finishing catches. All those things are a huge emphasis for him. And so obviously Michigan going up against Northwestern, they have a good defense, so it's going to be a test here for this offense. And obviously without Justice Haynes, sophomore running back Jordan Marshall, he's going to get a lot of the carries, obviously, and depending on how the game goes is really going to depend on the workload for Jordan Marshall. Jordan Moore said that do what you've got to do to win. Each game you figure that out as you go. Optimally, you don't want him to have 25 carries. You don't want him to have 30 carries for sure, but it might happen just depending on the game and how the game goes. But the Wolverines also have Bryson Cusdale and freshman Jasper Parker, but Jordan Marshall is definitely the guy Michigan's going to ride with. He's going to have some big games here, and he is more than capable. He's already shown it here for the Wolverines. It's his time to shine, and he knows it. And then I did want to talk about what some Michigan football players said to the media. First, tight end Marlon Klein spoke a couple days ago, said he's excited to play in a storied stadium like Wrigley Field, and he also said that he feels 100% right now, but admits that it has sucked being banged up. And he also said that he feels the best football is ahead of this team and treating every game as a playoff game. Obviously right now there's no doubt this team is in playoff mode right now. And then defensive tackle Damon Payne said that Northwestern will be a big challenge. You got an experienced offensive line, and that's going to be one thing that Michigan's defense has to stop, is the run against Northwestern. If they stop the run against Northwestern, good things will happen in this game. But you already know Northwestern is going to want to grind this one out, run the rock. And again, this game is going to test Michigan's physicality for sure, especially in the trenches. All right, so we got number 18 Michigan taking on Northwestern here. The Wolverines going on the road, playing at Wrigley Field against Northwestern. And in this one, using the sleeper app, I am taking Jordan Marshall to have more than 110.5 rushing yards. I think he's going to have a big game for the Wolverines. I'm also taking Northwestern's Caleb Komolafe to have an anytime overtime touchdown. And you can obviously make tons of picks like this using the Sleeper app. And right now it's a great time to get started because they're offering a free $20 entry, no deposit required, plus first time users still also receive a 100% deposit match up to $100 using promo code MST. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. So guys, link down below in the description. Go ahead, check out just how great the Sleeper app is for yourself. And then offensive lineman Blake Frazier also said that I think we are getting really close to how good we can be on the offensive side, and that the offense is close to being, more consistent, trying to take it up another level. That's certainly what we hope to see here against Northwestern and leading up to this Ohio State game. Just seeing some confidence here and confidence booster heading into that Ohio State game, but obviously anything can happen in that game. We know that. And then quarterback Jair Hill said he's excited to go home and play in front of family and friends this weekend. And I tell you what, Jair Hill has been so close to getting an interception. He doesn't have any on the season, but man, has he been close on a couple. He just got to catch the ball, but hopefully maybe we could see him catch one against Northwestern. And then Zeke Berry did say the mentality has been taking one game at a time this season, and also, they will be playing on a baseball field, which is grass, and they have been practicing on grass this week for preparation for that game. And Michigan has played on grass a lot this season already, so definitely have experience with that. And then Northwestern's head coach did speak to the media about facing Michigan, speaking on Derek Moore, Jaysean Barham, some of the veteran guys. He said their problems, really, really good players. Barham specifically, just twitchy and active, high motor. They've got guys that our staff is really aware of, and you've got to find this happy balance with guys like that between being aware and understanding positioning your team for success. And Derek Moore has been on an absolute tear for the Wolverines. He has 8.5 sacks on the season, and in the past 3 games, he's had 2 sacks in each of the last 3 games. Looking to continue it here against Northwestern. And then he also spoke on Bryce Underwood. He said it's finding that balance. When you're dealing with these types of quarterbacks, these types of athletes, you can't become passive. You have to find ways to apply pressure, but you'd better understand your leverage and your responsibility within the call, because you give these guys any room to avoid that, and it can become really scary with it. And he said what a great challenge for us. We've got to find a way to get him out of rhythm, get him uncomfortable, but not only can he take off, not only has he got great change of direction, acceleration, and top end speed, but really difficult to bring him down with one person. So there's no doubt Michigan has the talent edge in this game. They're going to have the talent edge for their next 2 games here against Northwestern and Maryland. It's all about going out there, executing on the road, taking care of business here, and we need to see some good games from Bryce Underwood. It's going to take the whole offense as a whole, the offensive play calling, setting him up for success. We saw that Washington game he had his best performance in. He went 21 of 27 with 230 yards and 2 touchdowns, and 6 of his incomplete passes were drops. So, when you put him in a position to succeed like they did against Washington, Bryce Underwood can do some damage, and hopefully we start to see that here. But at the end of the day, run that ball, run the rock. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Michigan's definitely going to need that running game to show up against Ohio State as well, just like it has the past 4 seasons. And then to wrap up this video, how about Michigan basketball coming away with a huge overtime win over Wake Forest? It was a scare, but they got the job done somehow, some way. 85-84, 1-point victory in overtime. And of course, this game would come down to the final defensive possession for the Wolverines after Elliot Cadeau went 1 for 2 from the free throw line to go up by 1. And what a game from Adai Mara. He was outstanding. 18 points, 6 assists, 13 rebounds, and played 37 minutes in this one. Also went 8 for 11 from field goals and had 5 blocks. Also, Michigan was plus 17 in 36 minutes. Or in the 37 minutes he was out there for the Wolverines. So it definitely was not a great performance. Michigan really, their playmakers did not show up. Yaxel Lendeborg only had 9 points, had 2 assists, 5 rebounds. Marez Johnson Jr. had 10 points with 8 rebounds. Elliot Cadeau went off with 17 points, 7 assists, and 8 rebounds. Then obviously Adai Mara led the way with 18 points. Roddy Gill Jr. showed up big for Michigan a couple of times, 13 points, 3 rebounds, including one of the only threes they had in the second half. It might have been the only 3 they had in the second half. They went 4 of 25 from 3 3-point range in this game. They just could not shoot it well, and you're obviously going to have games like this. The fact that the Wolverines still was able to win this game, and they were down 7 with about 4 minutes to go, was not looking good, and they still found a way to come away with a win here, albeit in overtime. And Dusty May said post-game that we play with a lot of heart, toughness, and togetherness. You know, you bring these guys in, and everybody comes from different directions. We still don't know our best defensive lineups, our best offensive lineups, our best in between. This is a work in progress, but for us to come out of this game against a really good team that I think is an NCAA tournament team, for us to find a way to win, it's a compliment to our guys and their ability to stay the course when the game got ugly. You know, he said, I think each time you win one of these, it gives you belief and confidence that you're going to find a way the next time you're in this situation. Hopefully we're not in as many as we were last year, but credit to our guys on last year's team. And then the returners, obviously our poise under pressure is something that we can hang our hat on. And he said it perfectly. You're gonna have to win sometimes ugly. The Wolverines won this ugly game, shooting 45.2% from the field, 16% from 3-point range, along with 17 turnovers, but they got the job done, improved to 2-0, and now they will be taking on TCU on the road on Friday. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more. If you are new around here, I greatly appreciate it. And other than that, we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.